Hello everyone and welcome to the Spottiest stream here tonight. It's nice to see you all here for some Royalty series action. I'm Spotty FC, and again we're getting to see some action from the Challenger division of North America. So this is 3v3 action, Champ 1, Champ 2 gameplay. This one's interesting actually, and a couple times I always say that they're interesting, but this one really is interesting. It's our only match tonight, but it's A&D Vixen of A&D Esports taking on Raging Wolves here. Howlin Gaming the leader, and he's another caster actually in this league. So always interesting. See things kind of turn out that way. But what's also interesting about this is Vixen themselves are actually gonna be on the stream again. They're gonna be on the stream tomorrow for the Women's Phoenix Cup. This is a full women's roster, except for Coach Bucky there. And yeah, we'll be seeing them in that Women's Phoenix Cup tomorrow, that $500 tournament. With its qualifiers tomorrow, they'll be one of the 18 teams in it. Well, they are seated quite lowly, so they just want to make the best they can of the situation they're in, but my goodness. Again, to see a team like this, we're going to be seeing them again very soon. And Vixen, though, their Royalty Series season, not going so well. 1-2 record for them, as well as the Raging Wolves. In fact, the seeding is 33 and 34, respectively. You got to be in the top 16 to make that main event. So, both of these teams are in a position where they have to get wins. A match like this is one where you really see it for both these teams as a must-win situation. You really put yourself in a terrible place if you don't get this win. Looks like that's the kind of pressure that these teams are under right now. Here tonight is for A&D Vixen led by Agni, Raging Wolves again led by Howlin. Will be a best of 5 series again with both these teams at 1-2 here in the Royalty Series. Welcome in, thank you. Flavors or Clovers. It might be Clovers. Thank you for the follow, Clover. Is it Clovers? Thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to Spotty Stream. I see you. Good luck in your match for Howlin Gaming. Or sorry, Raging Wolves, or under Howlin Gaming. Again, we'll see who's playing on either of these sides here. I can't wait. Let's see here. What happened is now a follow coming from Steve. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so it is Clovers. I was right. Woohoo. Thank you for the follow as well, Steve. Good luck in your series here for Raging Wolves. But I see Steve's in the lobby, so is Rob so stellar. So I'm assuming then that last player is probably Clovers. We joining in. Or again, what will be our only match night? It's one best of 5, and I'm hoping this time that my internet has been fixed. I did reset my router, like I promised you last night. So hopefully my router is good enough that it's good enough that I actually have started streaming, which I hope it stays that way for the rest of this series. Again, A&D Vixen, on Raging Wolves Esports specifically, a pretty small org itself. Agni actually is the org owner, so it's her org. This is kind of the org's major team. No, well, it's not their highest ranked team, that's for sure, but it is their women's team. They're all women's teams. So for Agni, at least, I know a lot of these players kind of just came off of a run in the Stride Ladies Night, where they I think went 0-2, maybe. They went they lost and then they won. They went 1-2 in their match. They lost and they won and they lost again. For them, at least they're coming off of a run in the Stride Ladies Night that again is gone about as expected. They were the lowest. They were one of the lowest seeds in that tournament to begin with. You have that Phoenix Cup tomorrow, where they are going to be one of 18 different teams that have signed up for that tournament. So it's a long day one for them. Obviously, they want to make it as far as they can in that tournament, and well, with that first round, again, we'll almost certainly be streaming that. Them versus Pandora GG's is Chelsea Akasha's. Or if you guys know who Chelsea Akasha is. I don't think she's been on the stream at all, but recognizable person. She's been on a couple different orgs in the past. I think she's been on Phoenix United. I want to say she's been on Phoenix United at one point. Again, definitely someone recognizable. But and we'll wait on them to join on in here. Side of A&D Vixen, or Vixen as they're just listed here tonight, but they are again part of A&D Esports. We'll wait on them as soon as they're in the lobby. It'll be good to get things started. Your side, it's Raging Wolves, part of the Silent Wolves Esports. As again, we actually do have Vixen joining in, so they actually have their full roster tonight, which is pretty good on them. They got everybody in Agni, Crystal, Stardunk, and Melographics. Obviously going with the starters, Graphics being their sub, so these players are all in. All good to go, and I feel like just I don't know what marks is that. Again, mind this A&D Vixen team. We're gonna see them tomorrow, so whatever they're doing here tonight, that's gonna probably correlate to how they play tomorrow. They would love to get a win here, really prove that they can take these matches against some opponents like Howland Gaming. And reminder, both these teams 1-2. This is week 4 of 6. They need to get wins. Both these teams need wins if they want to be in that top 16. They're not in a beautiful position as. Thank you for the raid, Matthew German. A raid of 3. Thank you so much, my guy. Hopefully you're doing well. And shoutouts to you, Matthew. Came in time to say hello. As now Crystal with the follow. Thank you for the follow. Crystal, good luck in your match under A&D Vixen. As again, you guys got a good matchup here, because this is kind of a precursor to what we'll see tomorrow in the Women's Phoenix Cup. I'm running that tournament alongside Rocketstar in here, and there's another follow coming in from Thanks to the Sasquatch. Thank you for the follow. Thanks to the Sasquatch. Welcome to support your stream. Let's just get this series underway here. A best of 5 part of the Royalty Series. A&D Vixen just came from Strike Ladies Night. We'll be playing in the Women's Phoenix Cup all-women's tournament tomorrow, but this is the Royalty Series, and a matchup against Raging Wolves. Both teams are 1-2. Pressure is definitely going to be on these teams to get these wins, because at least for their season, their hopes of the playoffs, they could be quickly waning if they don't get a victory here, and especially if they don't get a good victory, as we will see who will take it. It's Crystal up first, but it will be blocked by Steve, and if you don't already know, again, A&D Vixen is an all-women's roster. I think I mentioned it already, but if I haven't, there you go. Again, we've had our fair share of all-women's rosters. I think the last time we've seen an all-women's roster in the Skyward Series was Team Yeah. With Mashed Potatoes, who will also actually be playing tomorrow in the Women's Phoenix Cup under a different team, not A&D Vixen, obviously, but under a different team itself, and named MMA. I don't know if we'll be seeing that team on the stream, though, but and there's a good amount of players that you'll probably recognize that are actually going to be in that tournament tomorrow. All from, these players in the Champ of the Royal Divisions. We got players like Tallybird in that tournament. Courtney is in. Lilo, who's been on the stream a ton, is in. Alyssa, aka Dacry, is going to be in that tournament as well. Along with other very recognizable players like Emma and like Steven. Alims is going to be in that tournament. Dux. Kate. So many players are going to be in that tournament. You guys will want to see it, I promise you. It's going to be a long day 1 on Saturday, but you're definitely going to appreciate it. And I'll be here for you all, but A&D Vixen, at least, they're just trying to get this game at a good start. They're only focusing on this series here in the Royalty Series. We see Raging Wolves now pushing ahead, and A&D Vixen just feels a bit flat-footed, feels a bit slow. Not a good start for A&D, but Raging Wolves will beat again. Crystal, that one being thrown to the backfield, but Rapso Stellar will get the block, and A&D Vixen will keep the challenge going. Clovers, the sidewall. Agni will be next to it, but her touch goes sideways. Crystal not up very quickly, and neither is Darth Stardunk, and 2 players can't reach it. Clovers to score. Raging Wolves will finally take that one. The ball just kind of sat in front of that net. After these 2 whiffs, Robson Stellar and Steve not able to get on the end of it, but eventually it's Clovers who'll find the finishing touch and will give goal 1 to the Raging Wolves. A little over 2 minutes down. Now another chance. Steve will go off that back wall. Agni again with the clear. A&D Vixen gonna move upfield, but Raging Wolves have shown that they are more likely than not to really take advantage of this kind of standstill defense that we're seeing from Vixen. They just sit a lot, and they're not really having this momentum to get to these challenges, and it's leaving them quite vulnerable to the all-in plays that Raging Wolves don't have a problem with going for that first player up, but might have a problem with that one, though, as Crystal right down the field. A double commit from Raging Wolves will pinch that ball back. And Robson Stellar will keep the offense going as he gets around Agni. Now Darth Stardunk in the midfield now. Trying to get that touch, but she is far too low on the ball. And A&D Vixen will try to keep control on this one, as the Raging Wolves continue to play that defensive style. A&D Vixen looking to attack right back, but they're holding on the defense. Another one in front, and Robson Stellar didn't take it there. That net was wide open. Raging Wolves, it's as if Robson Stellar didn't want that goal. As if he wanted to replay the offense. What a strange decision. Raging Wolves will stay ahead by 1, even so, but that could have been a great goal to really open up this series. Still, it feels so close, still so claustrophobic. There's still only a 1-goal difference. The defenses have been insane, but Raging Wolves pushing ahead. Steve to the net. Crystal to block. Agne's got to get in play, and she will. And A&D Vixen will keep that ball away. Clovers. Crystal. This one. Bones the net. So stellar with the block. And the Raging Wolves at this point now have to play a little bit of defense themselves. Clovers. Great flick as well. He'll get rid of all that pressure against him and even get a shot on the end of it. Still, it's Vixen who've gone up to save it, but this roster just struggling to get upfield and get meaningful chances as Agni now. She's ran out of boost. Crystal, next up, her touch to the back wall. Crystal again, infield, but Darth Stardunk slow to shoot, and that will go wide. Raging Wolves will stay close to it here as time's running out here in Game 1 for A&D Vixen. A follow coming in from Mellow Graphics. Hello, Mellow Graphics. Welcome in, and you came in time to watch this goal from Rob So Stellar. A sub, actually, from Mellow Graphics. Thank you so much, my goodness. I thought it was a follow. No, it's even better than that. You're amazing, Mellow Graphics. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting this stream. And by extension, supporting the Women's Phoenix Cup starting tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, on this stream. And Sunday, the main event, 7 p.m. Eastern, on this stream. You're gonna love it. Great action, amazing teams, and amazing gameplay to come. But, man, we got even more follows coming in. You guys are way too generous tonight. Blade Runner, Saltese, thank you for the follows. Welcome to the Spotty stream here, and Raging Wolves holding ahead in Game 1 have given up Zevo goals to Vixen. He'll keep it that way here in these final 10 seconds as A&D again stuck in that midfield, and so much of this game has been them stuck fighting to get out of defense. Out any success, and it'll be the Game 1 that will go to Raging Wolves. And they'll get off to a good start here, A&D Vixen. Under that pressure of the series, and it's no surprise to see them, again, with that slower defense, really struggle to keep up. It's going to become a strong consistent for them here, as we are getting a call. They ought to make a substitution, so Mellow Graphics is jumping in. See who she's jumping in for. That is a call already. A&D not happy with that Game 1, and wouldn't blame them. It just felt a bit slow from A&D Vixen. Actually, gotta wait, make sure that everybody's in the lobby. We are in a player right now. As, yep, we are having a lag issue on the side of Raging Wolves, so we'll get them back in here shortly. And there we go. Lag issue's been fixed already. That was quick, but we'll get them back in. So Mel Graphics coming in to replace Agni. Here for game number 2, A&D Vixen. The pressure's on them at this point, because that Game 1 was just one where it felt like they were playing far too slowly. They've got to keep up a little bit faster here. And again, especially with so little season to go, the pressure is on them to make those necessary adjustments to really prove that they deserve to be in that top 16 at the end of the season, in that final bracket. So far, we just haven't seen them prove it, and well, as this season just continues to nearing its end, they're going to be put under pressure. As Sal Saltese with a sub. Thank you for the prime sub, Saltese. Again, y'all are just amazing. Seriously, you guys are amazing. We've had 2 subs tonight. Seriously, again, all that you guys supports that Women's Phoenix Cup that's starting tomorrow. And A&D Vixen will be in it as they're already doing better than they did last game. Mellow Graphics, the sub jumping in, and she's got goal 1 for A&D. Has a little bit of a slow rotation away from the corner from Raging Wolves, and he gives Mel Graphics all the space he needs to shoot. Raging Wolves will look for that response. They may be quick to it. Clovers to the back wall. Whiffs on it. Crystal's awkward too. Steve couldn't shoot. Clovers again. That one's high. Crystal's missed. Steve couldn't shoot. It's pandemonium in front of the net. And the Raging Wolves will go again. Rob So Stellar between the defense. And eventually they'll find the finishing touch. It was panic in front of A&D Vixen's net for such a long period of time, and eventually Rob So Stellar will put it between the defense and in the back of the net. They may say it took them far too long to get those goals. I don't think they'll be minding at any rate. That's still one for them, and they'll look for another here as we see a little cheer coming in from Saltese again. Y'all are way too nice. Your support is absolutely amazing. I appreciate every single one of you for being so supportive, being so kind to the stream. I really don't need the donations, but yet it really does help. This stream just can become better and better. All the support you bring into the stream, I bring right back to you guys. This overlay, the upcoming Phoenix Cup tournament, wouldn't have been possible without your support. As now, Aging Wolves looking for a continuous stream of offense. Clovers in the midfield. Steve up to it. Metal Graphics with the beat. NA&D Vixen will get another clear, but I want to see them hold ball position a little bit more here. Metal Graphics maybe doing it. It's a great pass. She's found Crystal. Oh, Metal Graphics has stopped her way into game 2 and has made the difference for A&D Vixen. An infield pass, and it's no issue for A&D. They take the lead once again. And for Raging Wolves against that substitution in Metal Graphics, who has been, it seems like, the difference maker at times. The Raging Wolves will have to find a response. Steve does it under the cusp bar, and the Raging Wolves will take a response. Clovers looking for that flip reset too. He got stopped by Darth Stardunk, but that clear was not far enough away. And one thing that Raging Wolves do have is against that momentum, that pacing. They aren't sitting nearly as still. Just means for the Raging Wolves, they'll have to keep that offense going. Have to play even better. Vixen is forcing them to do so. That shot from Steve won't help, but a double commit from A&D, and they will get a pinch with Stardunk, but they could have had a lot more there. They'd not double committed had they kept their composure. Instead, Aging Wolves will continue to push forward. It's a great touch there from Killovers, but in fact will be a whiff from Robzo Stellar, and that one's open. Crystal will take another goal for herself. And this one, a little different than some of the other goals we've seen. That's just a straight whiff from Robzo Stellar. And you can't be making that mistake at this level. Those are far too good to catch you on, Edson. It is A&D Vixen who, again, have really one-upped themselves from last game. Shooting's a lot better, the scoring's a lot better. I just feel like, again, that addition of Metal Graphics is but a new form of aggression that A&D Vixen definitely needed. Clover's now in the midfield, waiting on top of it. Metal Graphics, this one pinched the back wall. Darth Stardunk with us clear up the side, and Robzo Stellar whiff that one. Another whiff for Robzo Stellar. This time Raging Wolves will be back to support him. In fact, they actually may get offense from this too. Steve, challenged by Metal Graphics. She'll go again. This one, down to the midfield. Darth Stardunk couldn't put it in the back of the net. And now 1v1. Robzo Stellar on Crystal. Looking for the dunk, can't get it. But Steve will go. And that one will find the back wall. But Raging Wolves cannot find the shot. Time running out for the team that took game 1 here. As A&D Vixen, again, bringing a much better style of offense. And a team that's much more willing to challenge too. Again, Metal Graphics unlocking a much more aggressive style out of this side that they definitely needed here against the Raging Wolves. As Raging Wolves, oh, that's almost an own goal from Steve, and still almost an own goal there from Clovers. Metal Graphics to take it, but that's off the bar. As how this game has gone, I am not surprised one bit to see the Raging Wolves panic on a play like that. They have definitely been very panicky this game. Again, I don't think they were expecting this kind of aggression from A&D Vixen. And we saw what they were like in game 1. They were so passive in game 1 for A&D. And yet, in this game, it's a complete different playstyle. This is a team that's a lot more confident, just feeling a lot better. Not seeing all that many differences in playstyle, just overall with what we have had to see already. As Steve still looking for that goal to tie things up, and he may have found it there. Crystal's not got a save, and it is tied. Raging Wolves will take another one. It does all start with that team bump there with Darth Stardunk and Metal Graphics, and it just kind of escalates from there on out, and another team bump on Crystal will prevent her from getting the save she needs. And oh, you talk about the panic from the Raging Wolves. A&D Vixen just seems just as reliable on that panic too. It's really not a good look for these teams if they're panicking on those kind of plays, because it could be a lot scarier. There are a lot better teams who could score a lot more often. At least in game 2, it's making it for some quite interesting gameplay. As Andy Vixen, all out of net. Steve couldn't put it on, but it will go off the back wall. Crystal beats. This one's rolling to the net. Mellow Graphics will save, and it will go back to the corner. Raging Wolves maybe looking for one more chance. Rob so stellar. This one's supposed to hit the ground, and he will let it do so with that pinch. So we've got overtime. For the first time this series, Raging Wolves a potential to go 2-0 up and put this on a triple match point. Andy Vixen, the ones who were the ones that were questioned after game 1 on how they'd be able to respond. They've done better this game, but it has not been enough. They are still looking for their first game win, but Clovers, this one, rolling to goal. Mellow Graphics is whiffed. Crystal using all she has to get to that one. And it will be Raging Wolves who will have to get back, but they won't do so. Mellow Graphics, in a weird dunk on the ground, will find it here, just in the right place at the right time. And it's a long touch that will give A&D Vixen game 2 their first win of the series. They're being such a weirdly fortunate play, they'll take it. With how rough this game 2 felt for both these teams, but it was a lot more competitive, and this is kind of what we should be expecting at this level. Is this kind of competitive nature. No team's going to roll over the other at this point in the season. All on them to be able to be at their level. Go into game 3. Pressure's now on for whoever can take that match point. These teams have fought heavily in this series just for a single game win. Or are they coming into overtime with it being as close as this is? These matches are going to stay this way, I think, for the rest of this series. Mellow Graphics again subbing in has seemed to make all the difference in A&D Vixen's confidence. They're not going to change that roster in any way, and neither are the Raging Wolves. Well, again, move into game 3, continue on this series. Match point on the line for whoever can take this game. It won't be triple match point like the Wolves had before, but still double match point, better than nothing in this game. And a huge selling point is A&D Vixen already off to a great start. Crystal has taken a goal here. The only player I think on Vixen who hasn't scored is Darf Stardunk. She makes the assist on that kickoff, and I don't think she'll mind at all that she hasn't scored as long as she sets up her teammates. A&D Vixen, a great place to be. 3 seconds into game number 3, and well, they're already up by 1. Now to look for another one as that touch from Mellow Graphics going very high. Again, we'll have to see if Mellow Graphics can continue what she did in game 1. What she did really, not game 1, game 2. With that confident play, with their heavy pressure and her ability to kind of instill confidence in her teammates that didn't see in game 1. We'll have to be careful here on defense because shots are coming through, and Raging Wolves are going to make this life difficult for A&D. Still though, you gotta give credit for Vixen. Another great clear. They're just giving themselves time as Darf Stardunk off the back wall. Mellow Graphics. Look at that challenge there on Clovers. Raging Wolves though will keep this ball as Clovers whiff off the back wall. Crystal has that one pinched away. Darf Stardunk 50s to the back wall, and it will be A&D Vixen on it, but that touch goes backwards, and they look to keep the offense going, but it's just a losing battle at this point as the Raging Wolves will go up again. And so far, we've seen a lot of quick offense from Raging Wolves. I want to see them hold more ball possession. We're just seeing these clears from A&D Vixen sent back, keeping the Raging Wolves back and not giving them that offense that they want. And if A&D Vixen continue this, they're going to be in a great position, really shutting down this Raging Wolves offense. Because so far, Raging Wolves, they've just not been able to keep ball possession. And that's something that they definitely need if they want to take this series. Now to commit. Clovers. This one sent to the back wall, and it will find its way in. A&D Vixen with nobody home. Oh, and you know why? It's a double commit. Crystal and Darf Stardunk going for the same ball. That's about as open as it will get for Clovers in that position. Mellow Graphics just not back enough. Yeah, that's a huge mistake at a huge moment. You can't be seeing that from these players. Because I'm sure a lot of you know what we've already seen tonight. These players should be have been double committing, have been panicking a lot, but you really shouldn't be seeing that at this level all too often. The top teams are the ones that don't do that. Don't do that, play consistently, that rotate on each other, that trust each other. Again, you're seeing that maybe potential lack of trust from these players at times, and it's only going to make things tougher for teams when they have two players commit for the same ball rather than one. This game tied, but the Raging Wolves still the ones who feel like they're the team that's weaker, just getting onto offense and holding it. Andy Vixen in a great position to try to get that scoring back up. Mellow Graphics with a dunk here, and she's looking at midfield there. It was a fake. Stardunk couldn't shoot, and it will be cleared away by the Raging Wolves as that ball just kind of sat in front of the net. Again, it's Mellow Graphics who continues to just be that spark of offense for the Vixen that they need. And yet still, this game staying close and a lot like last game, and it is this close, and it is this good. It's Clovers! Double tap! He's found it there! And the Raging Wolves will push onward here in Game 3. It's Clovers who gets past two A&D Vixen defenders and puts in the second touch. A&D Vixen continue to see this series give them a tough time under that pressure, and they perform. Steve, drop down touch, can't get another one, a double commit from the Vixen, but no shot coming as Clovers is waiting all the way back. In fact, he'll be challenged by Crystal. He'll wait on it, the dunk, give him some space to work with, but not a lot of it though. A double commit from A&D Vixen, and they're racing back. Crystal can't get a touch on it. Rob Stellar out for Clovers. Mellow Graphics will be sent into play. And again, it's Mellow Graphics who seems to really be that player that is trying to will her team into life. A&D Vixen just not able to find the space they want to work with, and Raging Wolves will see no issue. As another one, that one, oh, saved in line by Darth Stardunk. Mellow Graphics will look to keep this one away, but it's off the back wall. Crystal gets past Steve and open backfield. Mellow Graphics with nothing to work with, and she'll have to rotate back. The Raging Wolves will get this ball back already. A&D Vixen, now the pressure's on them, and they have to come back. That offense is coming at a premium here against the Raging Wolves. As Crystal in the midfield, Clover, second touch stopped by Mellow Graphics. Steve. Mellow Graphics again. Crystal won't get that touch on it, but Mellow Graphics will. The dunk goes ahead. It will be A&D Vixen who will keep their charge. Look from Steve, and it's Crystal who will send this one away. A&D Vixen on offense again. But still, it's shut down here in the midfield. Raging Wolves have completely solidified their midfield lines, and nearing the end of this game. And the Vixen have got a lot of work to do. Darth Stardunk off the side wall. Waiting is Rob Stellar and Steve, and another clear attempt, but A&D Vixen will shut it down. Here's their chance, but it's stuffed by two defenders. Raging Wolves will keep this play in their favor as Clovers again just trying to be that, player with the dribble, player with the mechanics for Raging Wolves, and with that double tap that he has taken to take this lead, he is definitely a mechanical player, but time's running out. He's got to make a few more plays, and his team's going to make a few more plays, and now he's got the touch. This one will go to ground, and that's Game 3 for the Raging Wolves. They're only one away from taking the series. Again, so far we're just seeing them kind of take these small advantages, small leads, and they just do this consistently now for the rest of this series. These teams already going right in. They want to ready up as fast as they can. I respect them for that, that's for sure. As it is A&D Vixen now who's going to be able to make a response. Pressure is on them. Here in game number 4. As here we go, and I have to go asking that cast from yesterday, is it up? I think I deleted it because of the lag. I delete any streams that aren't really full streams, that don't really count as streams, so I deleted that one. Sorry about that, man. I do have the replays though if you want to see it. I can send you replays if you want that. Though I don't know how much you really care. All good? Yeah, no problem. Book me again, and trust me, I won't. If I don't like the next time I stream a match, it will be uploaded to my YouTube at Sporty FC. By the way, if you want to see all my completed casting matches, Sporty FC on YouTube. Go watch it. It's like over 530 videos or something like that. No, so it's over like how many videos is it? I don't know how many videos I have anymore. Your reactions. Well, trust me, my reactions was mostly, man, this is so laggy. I promise you, it was not worth it. It is not worth it. My reactions were mostly, ooh, it was so laggy. I really couldn't tell what was happening on that field. It was that terrible for me. Fortunately, the lag again has been fixed. As you can see, I'm streaming now, and everything looks pretty good for me, so... Again, that lag has been fixed. Again, I apologize for the lag issues you had last night, but I promise you, again, if you book me again, I will take your next series, and it shouldn't have that same issue, as long as my router doesn't, you know, fall apart like it did last time. So, I think that sounds like a deal, right, Africo? Or nature, as you're known sometimes, or... Well, it's not even nature anymore. Anyways, we're gonna get back into this one here. I'm a little off topic. Yeah, well, I'm happy to hear that. Is Brambo with the raid. Thank you for the raid, Brambo. How you doing, my friend? Hopefully you're doing well. I know you're coming in to show support to the Royalty Series here. We got A and D Vixen. They have the Raging Wolves. Both of these teams 1 and 2. A and D Vixen. What's interesting about them is we're going to see them tomorrow for the Women's Phoenix Cup. So they really want to perform well tonight. They've not had a good start to their series, but... Well, they've been able to start off well here in Game 4 with this offensive pressure off the back wall, too. Hopefully your stream was well, Brambo. Hopefully your match was good. Tell me, what were you streaming, my friend? Hopefully it was a good series. We'll see the series continue here. Dark Stardunk. Led back by Steve. As A&D Vixen with another clear, Rob so stellar. Keeps it up, and the Raging Wolves will look again. Infield, Steve, that one will be kept wide. This game continues onward here. The Raging Wolves only a few minutes away from taking it. Is another one from Steve off the back wall. He'll get that touch. As the whiff from Agni, and yeah, it really does fall apart from there, but Steve takes advantage of it. He'll find that front post. Good shot there, and the Raging Wolves will tie this game up. Andy Vixen again having the pressure put on them here as Steve, that touch down the field, and he'll look for it, but Crystal will block. Opso Stellar couldn't put it on target, but the Raging Wolves will again keep searching. And with the amount of offense they're having, you feel like that next goal is sure to be theirs, but you just don't know. Here is another play up. Great save. Opso Stellar off his own post, and Agni again. Steve will be in the way. And this pace from the Raging Wolves, they're definitely bringing it here, and for good reason. Andy Vixen is starting to pick up this speed themselves. As Clover's in the midfield, and will be cleared back by Agni. Opso Stellar has the dribble, and he'll try to keep this one going, but Steve beat there by Agni. And Clovers will get that clear. Dark Stardunk. Clovers around one. Crystal waiting. Clovers off that back wall. Steve again, and Raging Wolves are trying to find that place to shoot. They're trying to put Andy Vixen out of that position on defense. They're sitting back so far, and it is so tough to beat a team when they're playing that way. As that defense will then lead to offense. A&D Vixen. Crystal's initial shot couldn't go in, but Agni will make sure it eventually finds the net. And Raging Wolves will try again. Opso Stellar. This one out to the sidewall, and he's going to look for that solo play, but it's taken away by Dark Stardunk as Andy Vixen looking to try to force this one to go to Game 5. But we know the Raging Wolves are a team that can definitely make those late game comebacks. We've seen them do it already this series. Who say they aren't going to do it again? Clovers Off the back wall, second touch. That one, oh, he's just wide on the post. Raging Wolves nearly had that one. Clovers again has some insane mechanics. That one just a little unfortunate, but a team bump. Steve, oh, it's a double commit, and that's off the crossbar. Raging Wolves really needed to take that one. A huge opportunity. And they'll have to keep the push up here as Steve, low on boost. Stardunk out to the corner, cleared away by Clovers. And the Raging Wolves will try again. Ropso Stellar off the back wall. Steve, the beat. In comes Clovers. And that one saved by Darth Stardunk on the goal line, too. A&D Vixen just sending that ball away. As Steve onto the ground. Agni will look to send this one back. Time running out for the Raging Wolves. That miss open nets maybe hanging in their minds here. Would be hanging in anybody's minds. It's a huge chance they'll look for another one, but a great clear from Agni, and the Raging Wolves will have to keep this one and go from their own defensive half, but it will not happen. A&D Vixen take game 4. This series still has one more game left to it. Gotta give credit to where credit's due. Raging Wolves have continued to put on that pressure. 10 shots this game. They've had a lot more than Vixen, who had 6. A&D Vixen in a chance. Someone saying reverse sweep possible. This is not a reverse sweep situation, unfortunately. A&D Vixen did take game 1. But still, a could be comeback potential here for A&D. And again, with how much this game matters to these teams. I mean, they're going to have to play their best in this next game. Because their whole seasons could be on the line here for any of these players. Going into game number 5, these players are, I think, very ready for this series, and so would I. And we'll wait here as a team asking for a short pause here. Raging Wolves, apparently Steve spilled water, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. That's happened before. I would be lying if I said I haven't done that myself. I've done that far too often. Although not my keyboard, but it has been like other tech devices I have spilled stuff on. So I do not blame him. I think he's just really excited. Which, again, I can't blame him at all for the series for being that excited. It is game 5 after all, and it is an important matchup here in this season. But apparently they're ready to go. So game 5, here it is. Champions Field. I'm so happy we get to see this here as A&D Vixen and the Raging Wolves going all the whole distance of this series, all the way to this final deciding game. Felt like really after game 3 that was the Raging Wolves who had full control. A&D Vixen have proven they don't, but the Raging Wolves will not take no for an answer. 6 seconds have already gone by, and already Ropso Stellar pierces the armor of the A&D Vixen defense. And that will be goal 1. As Clovers now a disconnect. I'm hopeful that won't hurt Raging Wolves here. I hope we can get him back in. Oh yeah, he's already back in, so a little short disconnect there, but Clover's back in already. A strong challenge to start things off, so Raging Wolves, it's as if nothing happened there with that play from Clovers. A great challenge, just keeps that ball away. Is now off the back wall, Steve. Darth Stardunk. Oh, and a whiff there. Crystal will stay on top of this one. Ropso Stellar dunked by Crystal, but A&D Vixen again just sitting back. You're seeing that same hesitancy that we've seen from them at the start of this series, and may become a real issue for them, especially in Game 5 where it's all about taking that necessary action. If A&D Vixen aren't willing to take it, they're not going to see themselves win this game. But for the Raging Wolves, they are taking that action, and they are willing to take that those risks, and as they should be in a position like this, you really only score when you do take risks, and A&D Vixen, again, is not going to shy away from the opportunity to take what would be a crucial win this season. It's Crystal. Veered back by Steve, and a whiff from Darth Stardunk. Steve again gets past them all, but Crystal will be there to clear, and A&D Vixen will see that ball go to the side wall as Ropso Stellar now to the back wall. Raging Wolves with Clovers, but he will be beat by Crystal. And A&D Vixen again up on the offense. This one close too, but Obso with the pacing, preventing any chance for A&D Vixen on that one. Have to try again. I see Aaron in chat. Hello, Aaron. I know you mentioned to me earlier that I never recognized you in chat, so I recognize you. Hello, Aaron. Welcome to Game 5. Welcome to A&D Vixen versus the Raging Wolves. As right now the Wolves 1-0 up in a crucial game that could decide the series, and for these teams could really decide the trajectory for the rest of their season. Every win matters when it comes to getting to those playoffs. For these teams, it matters even more for the fact that they are not in a very good position to make it. But every goal, every game matters. As off the corner there, Obso can't get it. Crystal with the beats, and A&D Vixen will go again. But a little awkward play there as they're getting some lag at this point. Not a good time for that to happen, but Raging Wolves will see another play stopped away on defense, and I think their lag has subsided at least a little bit, so at least that has fixed itself. Apologies there on for anybody watching if you get a little bit camera sick. As the Raging Wolves will continue to just keep this offense. They could just hold this 1-0 lead at this point. I could definitely see that being possible, especially with how they did how they have shut down A&D before in this series. I could 100% see them doing it again. Steve, back by Darth Stardunk, and will be Clovers back the other way. Now 50 with, there in front of the nets. Agni will try to get that clear, but you're just seeing Raging Wolves pushing ahead, and where's that shot? Here it is. It's Steve. He'll go just wide of the target, but he's now got the demo too. Raging Wolves continuing to play with that momentum. A momentum that favors them in this game. As off the corner goes Clovers. Challenged by Agni. A&D Vixen continuing to just hold on for dear life, but with how much offense they're getting, the Raging Wolves are looking to take that second goal, but now they got a challenge again here in the midfield. A&D Vixen on offense with Crystal. So stellar. Again, I love that control touch. Raging Wolves have been a lot better at controlling that ball nearing the end of this series. And we're seeing in Game 5, every touch that goes to them, they're getting to it as, yeah, what is this like? I apologize. I don't know why. We had lag issues yesterday. It's not as bad as yesterday, I can tell you that, but hopefully it has subsided here at least a little bit. I think it has, so at least that's a good thing here, that you guys get to see the end of Game 5. Darth Stardunk, challenged by Steve. It's the Raging Wolves up again, but one challenging there. They're going to take their chances on defense. As Steve, Crystal, bumped out. Rob so stellar, a chance to take that second goal. It could very likely be the ones to win the series here for Raging Wolf, but he will get beat there, and that's going to find the net. Darth Stardunk with 20 seconds to go. I think that may even be her first goal of the series. After such a long game with so much pressure, it's just one long touch that beats the Raging Wolves, and A&D Vixen have punched their tickets to a potential visit in Game 5 overtime, but we know that Raging Wolves offense and how they've been playing this game. Another sure to come, and it is Steve off the kickoff. Again, Raging Wolves will say no. Steve with an incredible angle. 13 seconds left in Game 5, and the Raging Wolves are now only 13 seconds away from winning the series. The kickoff won't go their way. Darth Stardunk gives it up here to Clovers, and trying to see if he could whip that one, but that's not going to happen here. Raging Wolves, another block. It's Darth Stardunk. He's got to push up ahead. Maybe one more chance. The bounce is good, but Agni in the midfield, no one there, and the Raging Wolves will take the series here on Champions Field. For A&D Vixen, the pressure got to them for Raging Wolves. They had so many shots, it was 7-2. They've always been able to win on the quantity of those shots, and in Game 5 with A&D Vixen struggling to put plays on that net, every shot mattering, that's where the Raging Wolves come into play, and that's where their strengths are being shown here. A Game 5 victory here, and they'll be taking that series, and for them, their season now may have an uptick for them, and who knows, maybe this will set themselves up for a future. A&D Vixen, again, we'll see them tomorrow on this stream for the Women's Phoenix Cup, but for the Raging Wolves, they'll be celebratory, at least for themselves. That is a huge win for them. For any team at 1 and 2 trying to fight their way back in. Again, we'll just get these. Again, we'll just get that one. Let's make sure the prediction poll now is closed. We're actually going to get an interview here. We, Raging Wolves, would love to have one, so why not get them to join us here for a little post-match presser. I'm not against that. I think you guys wouldn't be against that either. As, again, what a match that was. Unfortunately for us, it wasn't too laggy. Which is a good thing, because again, having to recover, having my Vider having to recover, good sign for us here. But for the Raging Wolves, it's an even better sign for them. That win again, they pave the way for the rest of their season. Again, there's 2 more weeks after this, so they've got a lot of time to get themselves in a good position. And to talk about that here is Clovers. Welcome in, Clovers. A Game 5 win over the A&D Vixen side. It was a well-fought series, but for you guys, that's the kind of win that really can turn a season around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And really coming into that game, it was A&D Vixen who kind of got off to a quick start, really caught you guys caught you guys maybe a bit slow in game 1, but after that to pick things up, it, for you guys at least kind of, fighting against A&D Vixen, taking that lead over them in games 2 and 3, that's gotta be kind of a huge momentum booster. What kind of allowed you guys to, continue to have that momentum even in games 4 and 5?
Yeah, it was I mean, our communication was a little off, and luckily, thankfully, in 5th game, we picked it up, and we got that one early game goal. We held that for a while. Last 20 seconds was a bit iffy. Really felt the pressure there, but thankfully, we had Steve able to pull through.
Steve playing clutch there in that game 5, and for your team, I know it's obviously a clutch game 5, but you got to make a pretty clutch season. Your shot at the playoffs is definitely not over. In fact, you guys have a very good chance of making it, but you got to really get some tough wins here. What are you guys going to do, kind of going into the future, planning, to take a couple more wins, because those playoffs are still well within reach. Just, you guys are going to have a lot of work to do to make sure you play the best you can, because even one loss may spell disaster.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a lot of work. We're gonna go over a lot of replays. Be sure we're all on the same page. Get rotations down fully. Communication down too. That's like a big, very keen thing that we were kind of struggling on games like 2 and 3. But yeah, we're just gonna continue playing together, keep growing together. We're all a family, so.
I'd love to, and I know for you, Clovers, at least getting into this series, seeing your team go this far. Again, that playoffs, I think, is something that we could definitely see the Raging Wolves get to if you continue to play like you do and you continue to elevate, as I know you guys can. Again, congratulations on your win. Before you leave, Clovers, though, any last things you want to say? Any shoutouts? Any kind of message you have to people out there that have been supporting you? Because you guys had a pretty strong support team behind you guys this game.
No, for sure. I mean, all the people that I met through Silent have been like really cool. All of them always down to play, always down to grind. Really support him. Blade, Fnatic, GME, Rob, Howlin. I mean, just everyone in the org, really. We're all nice, a great community, family, and we all have a lot of fun together.
And I could see that as well, that Game 5 victory coming in at a big time for the Raging Wolves here over A&D Vixen. Congratulations on your win, Clovers, and to the rest of the Raging Wolves. Have an amazing rest of the night. Hopefully we'll see you guys again very soon on this stream.
You too, man, for sure. Thank you for having me.
As that was Clovers there of Raging Wolves, a 3-2 victory in our only match tonight as well. Well, I must say, what a night it was. Thank you all so much for joining. It was just that one series, but it was exciting, I have to say. And I loved every bit of it here. As we're going to get a raid going here. Thank you all so much for joining to the sportiest stream here. Again, that Women's Phoenix Cup will start tomorrow, so join in for that. I know, Aaron, you'll be joining me. Rockstar will be here for that as the qualifiers tomorrow. So be there for that. 7 p.m. Eastern start time. We'll see you guys again very, very soon, though. Have a great night, everybody.